Hello people and welcome back to Rolling East. My name is Davis, as you might know, and finally, I have gotten back my camera. Unfortunately, the camera that I had was beyond repair, so all the footage on there, as I assumed, was lost. It's a new camera, but at least I have something to film on right now. So with that being said, hello and welcome to the question and answer video. Woo! Hope you have been waiting for it. I have written down a lot of questions on my phone. These are from Instagram, from TikTok, from direct messages, so on and so forth. From comments, it's a mix. I wrote out some questions that I wrote out many questions, and all of them seemed very interesting to me. So without further ado, let's try and answer to them. I think this perspective would be a bit better, some calm driving so you can relax, so you don't have to look at my face, and I'll be trying to answer the questions like this. I have written them out on my phone because many questions were similar in nature, so in order not to repeat myself, I have written them out. So without further ado, the first question, they're not in any particular order, by the way, but anyways, the first question that I have on the list is, how long am I driving and why did I start? Well, in total, by driving I mean international driving, working as a driver. So, I think it's closing in on 6 years already. 5. It's 5 right now, but it's closing in on 6 years. And that's how long I've been doing international driving. Why did I start? I'll have to cut out some parts. Somebody's like calling me and this and that. So I hope you don't mind that. But why did I start? I started because my dad and my grandfather, they were drivers, and I didn't get it as much from my grandfather. We barely even talked, to be honest. But I got it from my dad. I have been riding with him from a very young age. I don't even remember the first time I went out on a trip with him. I was sitting on my mom's knees, my mom was in the passenger seat, and we were going from Latvia to Poland, something like that. Then the first time I drove a truck around the yard, it was a Scania 4 Series 164 530 V8, open pipe, everything, very good start, to be honest. So the first time I drove a truck in my life, it was around the yard. I parked it, of course, on the knees of my father. I was 3 years old, so I think that you can kind of see why I started. I had other things and ideas and dreams maybe that I wanted to chase and do, but life happened in such a way where driving was the most optional thing that I could choose, given those circumstances when I was 18 years old, and I decided that I want to be an international driver, or at least I want to try that and see how it goes. But it has went so well that first of all, I don't regret nothing, and second, yeah, this is totally me. I don't want to do anything else, for now. Of course, there are ambitions and there are goals and dreams that I have in my mind that I have set. But yeah, in order to keep it as based as possible, I started because I had passion for trucks from a very young age. Countless hours in Euro Truck Simulator and stuff like that. It's just, I came here purely for the passion, as you might tell. So that is that. Second question, as I said, they're not in any particular order, so we might have some more niche questions than more like global questions. So, what is your favorite country to drive to? Wow, I have to think about it, but if I were to, without much thinking, if I were to just say it, I think it would probably be Greece. I think that would be Greece. Like, the road there could be a bit closer, because Greece from Latvia is quite far away, and you have to go through countries like Hungary, which I don't really like, and then Bulgaria. no offense to anyone, it's just, you know, some countries are better with their roads and their and like the police and everything. Some countries are worse, but I would say that Greece, I haven't been to Greece that many times as I have been to other countries, but Greece, it was definitely like, the memories I have from Greece is just, it's wild, absolutely. It's not work, I'm telling you guys, it's not work, it's just vacation. So that would be Greece. What truck would you never drive? Well, very good question, very interesting. Also, by the way, I haven't like really thought anything about those questions. I'm trying to come up with answers as I'm reading them, so in order for me to not have any bias. But what truck would I never drive? I don't think. Sorry, yeah, I'm being like constantly bombarded with notifications and messages and calls and stuff. But yeah, I don't think that there is a truck that I would never drive. I would love to try driving every single truck out there. I would love to try them. But the truck that I would probably like not drive on like in long term, you know, if I had to drive it every day, I think that would be something along the lines of Ivecos and Iveco. Yeah, I think that I just don't like them. I know they're like the new ones, they're like comfy and whatnot and technological and nice and everything. I just don't like them. It's an Iveco. I don't know. I think I wouldn't drive an Iveco. But then again, it's a very wide question. Well, if I got paid, like, it depends on the pay, on the work, on what you're doing. But I would never drive, you know, one of these old beat up trucks. I would never drive a truck, let's put it this way. I would never drive a truck in bad technical condition. That's what I would never ever do. Not any particular mark or brand. What is this guy doing? He's overtaking me like for the third time now. What are you doing? I'm on my freaking adaptive cruise control, you dumb. What would I do if I didn't drive trucks? Well, as I mentioned when I was answering to the first question, I had different ideas and dreams when I was growing up, when I was in school, what I wanted to do. I had a lot of them actually. Some people complain that they cannot like find what they want to do. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do a lot, starting from like being like a physicist to this and that and here and there and truck driver. But the other thing that I really wanted to do, that was my dream, is I wanted to be an airline pilot. And I have also like spent so many hours in flight simulator studying the checklists and charts and stuff like that. So if you understand something about like aviation and all of that and the simulator culture, VATSIM, if you know what that is, then you know what I'm talking about. But I have spent so many hours trying to learn about planes, different things about aviation. So if I'm gonna be very honest with you, if I had the opportunity and the money to do it, because you need some finances to do it, especially in this modern day and age, to become an airline pilot. It's also not that great as it used to be. But yeah, you need, if I had the money and if I had the opportunity, I probably would have become an airline pilot, but I just didn't have that opportunity, unfortunately. But that's what I would have been. But right now, looking back at it, as I said, I'm very happy where I am, and right now I just enjoy the freedom of trucking, of being, you know, able to look for loads, being able to just basically have a free life. In aviation, you go to one company, then you rise in your seniority, and you're very tied to the company that you're working for. But yeah, let's keep it short. That would be aviation. When will the merch be out? Well, the merch is I'm working on the merch, but right now I cannot say exactly when it's gonna be out, because I have like a company that I'm working with that are printing clothes for me. I also have some background in clothing business, and I'm working with a company that's like printing out the clothes for me and doing the orders. But right now, lately, their quality is so bad that yeah, I don't want to work with them, and I haven't found a new company to do this. So before I get that sorted out, I think the merch is gonna be out somewhere around summer, probably. You know, not to do any false promises, but that is that. Why do you always try to show the positive side of things? Well, I don't necessarily see it like that, really. If you hadn't like noted that out, I wouldn't be even thinking about it. But when I read this question, I realized maybe actually, you know, I'm leaving out some things that I shouldn't leave out, you know, as in trucking, as in showing like maybe the bad sides and the parkings and the dirty collegas. I would say it's not intentional, and it's just how I see life, because if you know me in real life, then you will know that I'm a very positive person. I'm very optimistic in general, and I never ever see things from their bad side. My glass is always half full. Well, even if it's half full, it's 3/4 full for me. I try to, like, it's not that I try, it's just I'm very optimistic by standard, so that is that. Where did you learn English so well? I don't know, I just have a thing for languages. I can learn languages very easily. I know, I like know 5 languages where I can have conversation. I would even say 6 maybe. I know 6 languages. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be wrong if I said that I know 6 languages where I can have like some conversations and everything. Also, I have 2 main languages. So a language is kind of, it's my thing. It's my thing, and I didn't in particular learn English anywhere outside of school, you know. At school, yeah, I had English classes, but all the other, like, I would say all English is learned from either when I was younger, playing video games, or movies, or right now just going around Europe, communicating to people, so on and so forth. Do you watch football? Whoa. Very interesting question. I don't know why did I write it down, but no, I don't watch football. I don't care about it. And honestly, I might get hated for this, I might not. Some people might deeply disagree with me about this, but I don't watch any kind of sports at all, because I truly believe it's a very big waste of time. Because my life is very optimized. I have very little time in general. I have I'm telling you, very little spare time to do anything. And if I have to sit down in front of the TV for 3 hours to watch something that doesn't have a direct impact on my life, then it's pointless, useless, and why would I do that? I have other things to do. So no, I don't watch football. Why did you choose to work on a fridge? Why not other trailers that pay more? Well, my friend, I don't remember who wrote this question. Well, very interesting. I didn't choose the fridge. The fridge chose me. I never intended to work on a fridge. I have been working on a curtain slider and this and that. But the fridge, I don't know. I just had the job opportunity. That's why I'm working on a fridge. Very good company, so on and so forth. That's why I'm working on a fridge. If tomorrow somebody called me and said, "Hey, Davis, we're taking the fridge from you, and we're attaching a curtain slider or a platform or a low deck or I don't know, a timber trailer," I don't think that I would be disappointed and I would care much. Work is work, and I like the fridge work, but it's just, you know, I didn't choose it. So I hope it makes sense. And in particular, right now, I don't know any other trailers that pay more than the fridge. It could be maybe some tank trailers with hazardous loads, maybe, I don't know. I'm very satisfied with where I am. Worst countries to drive at? Wow. Worst countries to drive at. I already know the answer, that's why I was laughing. When I saw worst countries to drive, I already, boom, I know the answer. And country, the first, number 1, top of my list, and obviously I'm talking about the countries where I have been to. I'm not talking about some Uganda or whatever right now. I'm talking about the European countries that I have been to with a truck. And the top country would be Lithuania. Absolutely hate driving in Lithuania, and haven't been to a worse country than Lithuania. Sorry, Lithuanians, if you're watching this, but it is very true, especially Kaunas region. It's very bad, not because of the roads in particular. The roads are actually could be better, but they're not that bad, but it's because of the people and bad drivers. Lithuanians, you cannot drive. Sorry, but it is the truth. Like, I don't know, 80% of Lithuanians don't know how to drive. I'm not saying that people from my country know how to drive. I'm not saying that, but they are a bit better at driving than Lithuanians. Because, you know, just so you understand, in Lithuania, when you're driving on a road, they have some highways, but usually, like, I travel on the Via Baltica, which large parts of the Via Baltica, which connects like Poland to Latvia, it is not highway, and the biggest problem is that people drive inadequately. They don't have one speed. Somebody's going 50, somebody's going 150, and everything in between, and you cannot have that one speed. You cannot just like cruise at one speed or put on adaptive cruise control like right now and just drive behind somebody, because many drivers in Lithuania, they go from 50 to 90, from 50 to 90, from 50 to 90, they brake where they don't need to brake, they accelerate where they don't need to accelerate, and it's just ridiculous. Somebody might cut you off, very many inadequate drivers. That's why I don't like driving in Lithuania. And the second country would be Bulgaria. That is that. I don't know, maybe Bulgaria would be the first country, but I haven't been to Bulgaria that many times to say it's absolutely the worst. I had some bad experiences in Bulgaria, had some good experiences, but I would say Lithuania is the worst. So that is that. Do you speak Polish? Many Polish people, they ask me this question. Do you speak Polish? Rozumiesz po polsku? No, I understand Polish. I speak very little Polish. If I have to go to Biedronka, or if I have to go to some warehouse to load or unload, I might even actually have a conversation with somebody. But I wouldn't be able to like meet up with a Polish person and talk in Polish about, I don't know, the politics or something. I just don't have that vocabulary. But I know some basic Polish, and I understand a lot of it, but I don't speak Polish. But I don't know, we're getting there, okay? I didn't learn Polish anywhere at all. It's just accumulated over the years that I have been, because every week I go through Poland, loading in Poland, out of Poland, here and there, and Poland is like in the middle, so I'm in Poland a lot, and that's how I learned the Polish language, you know, to the level that I know it at. Yeah, there's a question in Latvian. Kāpēc netaisi video latviski vai krieviski? Which in translation means, why are you not making videos in Latvian language or in Russian language? Because people know that I speak Latvian, I speak Russian, and so on and so forth. The reason I chose to make my content in English is because I wanted to show the Western world that here in Eastern Europe, and also about the East, you know, there is a debate about whether Latvia is Eastern Europe or isn't. Also, let me actually clear that up right now. Geographically, Latvia is not Eastern Europe, it is Northern Europe, but politically, very many times, Latvia and the Baltics were being referred to as the Eastern Europe, the Eastern Bloc, and generally people in Western Europe, they see us as Eastern Europe. So, but I wanted to show the Western Europe and also the rest of the world that here in the Baltics, which many people, if you're from Europe, the Baltics probably you associate with Gürteka and other bad companies. I just wanted to show to people that also here in the Baltics we have some decent guys, decent trucks, this and that, but to be honest, I haven't really gotten far with that, but we're getting there. But yeah, I'm making content in English because nobody from this part of the world, or not that I know of, is making this type of content in English. So that is that. If you could drive whatever truck from Europe for a day, what truck is that? Well, of course it's a Scania. I would drive Scania for a day, for every day, all day, every day, you know. If I could choose, it would probably be a 770 V8, you know, but it's definitely a Scania, no question about it. Don't want to drive any other trucks. I'm very curious about Renaults though, because I keep hearing that the Renaults, they're very good trucks. I haven't driven them. I would like to maybe go on a test drive, but yeah, I want the Scania. Will I ever go to Greece, and if I come, where would I go? Well, yeah, Greece is definitely in the plans. Even in the close future, I might be going to Greece. Greece is definitely in the plans. I will not right now disclose where I will be going, because I know where I'll be going to Greece. But if I had to choose where to go in Greece, then that would be probably Athens. Would I buy the new Volvo Aero? Short answer, no. I don't like anything to do, like anything with Aero. Is it Volvo, is it whatever it is, Aero, I don't like it. I think it's BS. Why is this guy indicating left? You're going right, mate. Why would you indicate left? This one. What is my dream Scania? Airbrush lights, etc. Wow. I kind of have this image in my mind, but it's not like 100% that is my dream Scania, you know? You develop that as you go. Obviously, when you're, let's say, making a project, usually what people do is they make changes and adjustments as they are getting closer towards their dream, because their values change and their views change and so on. But my dream Scania for this given moment, considering the reality, of course I could say it's a 770, you know, with all maxed out and everything, but the given like reality and given what I could have like as my first truck, it would be a Scania, definitely a V8, a Streamline, a V8. I don't know, a 620 maybe. A 620 would be cool. It's not a 730, it's not like a 500, somewhere in the middle. 620, perfect. 4x2, white color, Alcoa rims, Ned Kings on the roof, big sun visor, full air, low bumpers, chassis cover, leather interior, and I think that would be it, with a free go on. I don't know, I just have this image in my mind. This is like this what I'm working towards. I don't know, when I get to that point, is it gonna be actually what I'm gonna buy, or maybe it's gonna be something completely and utterly different. But right now my dream Scania is, yeah, I would say a 620 Streamline, white color, because I definitely don't like trucks that stand out too much. I'm trying to be a humble person as a person, you know, in my life and the things that I do. I'm not trying to show off and seek some validation somewhere. And I would also like my truck to be even more humble than this truck. If I go to Prešov, do I want a sticker? Well, yes, sure. I think I know who wrote this, and I remember you guys, so hello to Prešov. I would want a sticker. Do I like driving in Germany? You know, actually, many people say, yeah, Germany is the Stauland, Germany, traffic is bad and the parkings are bad, but Germany would be along my favorite countries to drive at, because I like the German, how clean the roads are, how people in general, they know how to drive in general. I'm not talking about everyone, but like statistically Germans know how to drive better than, let's say, Lithuanians do. So yeah, for those reasons I actually like driving in Germany. I don't know, Germany is very beautiful. I like the German nature, I like the German roads and everything else, and the German kitchen also very good, very good. So yeah, I like driving in Germany. Do I like dinosaurs, bro? Why did I write this one out? Of course I like dinosaurs, who doesn't? What was my longest trip? My longest trip was Latvia to Malta to Latvia by land. That was my longest trip. It took me around, I think it took me around 4 weeks. It was a it was a very interesting trip, very rich with experiences, and If you want to know more, I have I could make an additional episode, a separate episode, just talking about all the experiences going to Malta by land, like through Italy, through Sicily, and what happened and how I got food poisoned. I could talk for that. I could talk about that for hours, but that was Latvia, Malta, and back. That was my longest trip, around 4 weeks, because it was an exhibition. I unloaded in Malta. I had to stay in a hotel for like 10 days and take the same load back. Absolutely amazing trip. That was my longest one. Do I like MAN trucks? Well, not particularly the new ones. I like them visually. Visually, like the new MANs, they look very good. I like how they look a bit aggressive and they look like rich, and I like MAN trucks visually, but maybe not that much technically, because for some part in my life I have been driving an MAN truck, and I just didn't like it. Small details that mattered, they weren't good. For example, the back of the seats, they were constantly hitting the bed and ripping the bed with there's like some sharp thing in the back of the seat, and it was ripping the bed sheets, and small things like that where you like what else? I wanted to mention something where you would hit your back of your feet against the seat all the time, and stuff like that. I like them visually, but I wouldn't like to drive one. Why am I gay? Well, the question says, why am I gay? I don't know why you are gay. But if you're asking why am I gay, then I am not gay, and I have nothing to do with the gay people. I don't agree with them. So yeah, another very cool question. And this one is very good. Hey, because I cited this one. Hey, I am 16 years and I've always wanted to be a truck driver ever since I was a little. Sorry, it's hard to drive and read. It's something that always interested me, and I am seriously thinking about doing it when I'm older. Do you think trucking is still a good career to get into? And what are the biggest pros and cons of the job that someone my age should know about? Wow, this is one of the, I would say this is the best question so far. And is it worth getting into trucking? It depends. It depends a lot on what you are trying to achieve with trucking. If you want to get into trucking just to be a driver and think nothing more than just, being a driver for your entire life, then I would suggest against trucking. It's not those times anymore. It's not the 90s and the 2000s where you could make actually some money in this industry. Right now, times have changed. Even though there's a shortage of drivers, but I don't see it. I actually think there is way too many drivers. Way too many bad drivers, which are putting the prices down and salaries down and so on and so forth. So I would suggest against if you see trucking as just a job. If you see trucking as something where you can build your career in, then it's a different story. Then I would say that it is absolutely worth it, because a lot of people are overlooking trucking, and a lot of people think the trucking and transport industry is dead, but it is not. It's just you have to know your ways, you have to know how to survive, and you're gonna survive. So if you want to be a truck driver for some years and then you want to become an owner operator, buy your truck, buy your second truck and grow a business like that, or if you want to be a truck driver, then maybe become a logistician, then maybe become a mechanic or something. If you're looking at it, in short, if you're looking at it from this perspective of building a career in trucking and not just staying in one place, then I would say that yes, it is worth it, that you can definitely make good living doing trucking. But you have to be very smart and you have to be ahead of people to not get lost in this industry. And what are the pros and cons? Well, I haven't thought about this, but if I had to come up with pros and cons right now, I would say that the biggest pros are that, as I said, trucking is greatly overlooked right now, and there aren't many passionate people here. So if you come to trucking not looking for the money, but if you come to trucking because, as you said, you always wanted to be a truck driver, it's your passion, you're genuinely interested in this, and you're a strong person, you have a strong mentality, and it won't break you, then the biggest pro is that it is very overlooked, and it is very easy to show your name and to very quickly get to a good company and start driving good trucks for good money in good conditions. But that again, it varies a lot. I don't know, my friend, you didn't mention from what country or region you are from. It depends a lot. It depends on which country are you living at. For example, if you're somewhere around, I don't know, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, UK, Ireland, I wouldn't be able to right now mention the specific numbers there and the specific statistics, but for some while in my life I had been thinking about moving to Ireland to become a truck driver. It's generally better if you become a truck driver there, because first of all your salary is gonna be better and your opportunities are gonna be better. If you're again from like Eastern Europe, from some countries like I don't know, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Bulgaria, Romania, so on and so forth, then you'll have very little opportunities what you can do, where you can go from being a driver. But if you are educated enough, if you know how to drive trucks, how to fix them, how to find loads, how to talk to clients, how to, I don't know, do marketing and creative ways of helping either the company that you are working for or later as when you're an owner operator, if you have this creative thinking, you're always gonna find a way to make money and to stay afloat in this industry, because good drivers who can do all of those things that I just mentioned, they're very rare. And if you prove yourself to the boss or to the company and they see this in you, there's gonna be some prosperity for you. Why are we echo rolling? But yeah, it's a very hello hello. But it's a very wide question. If you had mentioned which country are you from and so on, that I could get into it more. But yeah, the biggest pro is that it's very overlooked, and if you actually know what you're doing, you're gonna be doing well. And the biggest con is that it's very unstable. Today it could be like this, today maybe it's survivable, tomorrow maybe some crisis hits, some fuel crisis, some sanctions, some this and that, and your entire trucking business or the company that you're working for, they might crumble and you might have to find new ways and start again. For example, I know a couple guys from Latvia, businessmen. They had a transport company. They were for many years they had been doing like work to Russia, from Latvia to Russia, and then the war begins. Putin invades. Hello, everybody's saying hello. But then Putin invades, and all of a sudden we have sanctions, and your company that you have built for many years, it's all of a sudden it crumbles. Bankruptcy. That's what's that is. It's not gonna happen if you can see that in time, and if you can save your company, and if you have options to, like you say, I don't know. Today we're doing like trips to Russia. Tomorrow Russia ends, but if you have like decent trucks, you can always get into some other niches and things, so on. But again, it depends a lot on what you are doing. It depends a lot on the contracts that you have. So it's not stable. That would be the biggest con, I would say. Yeah. Sorry. So I hope it makes any sense. Please, you can leave questions like this. I'll be happy to talk about them and answer them. But I could keep talking about this for many hours, actually. So to answer this question, yeah, that would be the answer. How many years have you been trucking, and how much does it cost to make such a beautiful truck? Yeah, about the years I already answered. How much does it cost? Well, You see, the big thing with these projects and truck customization and stuff like that is you don't really keep track, do you? You try to keep track, but you lose track very, very quickly, because something in this truck was bought by me, something was bought by the boss, something I got for free, something was gifted, something like... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I have spent around, if I had to do a quick calculation, it would be around 2,000 euros right now I have spent on this truck from my pocket. I don't know how much Yuri has spent on this truck, no clue. But it's very hard to say. Well, I would love to answer to this question, but I don't know. I really don't know. It's just nobody really keeps track of that. You're just adding things to it, and then you run out of money, and then you realize that you have to stop it. But you already started the project, and you cannot like quit doing it. Well, my camera died. Wow, it has been a very productive question and answer video. So let's conclude the question and answer video with the last question. How old am I, and will I be in the Ram of a truck meet? I am 24 years of age, and yes, I'll be in the Ram of a truck meet July the 19th. Everybody's welcome. I'm gonna be waiting for you guys, so see you there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I answered some of the questions actually, because I realized I talked a lot. Please, if you liked it, press the like button, it helps me. And if you have any more questions or any more ideas, thoughts, suggestions, advices, leave it down in the comments below. I'll be happy for everyone and everything. So you guys have an absolute... my tongue is already dangling from all of this talking. But you guys have an absolutely amazing day. See you soon.